Good morning. I'm back. It's Saturday, last full beach day, and I'm on page 21. 21 of 36 and a back cover. So don't know that I'll get these done today. Do my best, but I've got a virtual this afternoon, and I plan on spending the day with my family on the beach. So we're going to move this along pretty fast and create as we can go, as fast as we can go, putting everything down here, putting everything that I know that goes on these pages and everything that goes on the back pages. And let's see, this is we're supposed to be using the page protector with two 3x4s and a 4x6. And these are things that go on the next page. So this, we'll pull out my inks, we'll pull out my tools, and we'll get right to work. I'm glad y'all are back with me. It's been a full week of working on this album. A couple of pages at a time. Yes, I could have videoed the whole album. And yes, would have taken several hours, and that might not have worked so well. So we'll put that in there like that, and we will put, let's see, this one goes in this top corner. You know me, I don't like to put, it says to put these pieces on top of it with the foam on them. Nope, Connie doesn't like to do that. My table's not level here. This is the Simple Storage, Simple Essentials, or Simple Vintage Essentials album kit from Simple Storage. The album was created by Becky Adams. She designed the album. And what we're doing, I've put the kits together. I'm going to put ink on both sides in the event that you see it through both windows. I don't know if you do or not, but we will ink it both sides. There we go. We are inked on both sides. I ordered all the product that is used in this book, and I made the kits up, and I sell them at 2G's Designs. Now, these are the things that are going on this side. So we're going to go with our pop dots. Put that back on there. Pull my scissors in. You know me. I'll be using some pop dots to lift up some of these places where it needs to be lifted with some different sizes. There we go. And I'm going to put this down, get it out of our way. I'm going to miss my view. It's bright and early this morning. I was awake late last night watching the Women's World Cup. Not my thing, but I was awake while the children were awake. I was working on orders of the new releases that are coming up. The new releases should be, some of the new releases will be in the shop as early as Monday. And I needed, before I started opening boxes, I needed to document who had pre-ordered those items, because I think those items are going to sell out that first week I'm back from vacation. I'd hoped I would have stuff to take with me to a retreat in Asheville, but it appears that quite a bit of the stuff will be sold out. But that's a good thing. I can always reorder, and just cross my fingers that I will have reorders in by the time Asheville gets here, which will be the first weekend in August, which is also a special time in my life. It's my birthday weekend. There we go. Got everything. Oh, there's one. These are pretty strong, and I'd hate it when I get it on my fingers. There we go. Now, the best day ever. Now, they tell you to cut that off, but when you put it on the outside, you don't have to cut it off. Looks better like that. Now, that's that side. Push all of our stuff out of the way. Here's a butterfly for the other side. We're going to flip it. Oh, there's a bingo card. Now, we're going to flip my page so I can see an example of the next page. We got a bingo here. We've got a picture here, and I'm glad I inked it. I don't have to pull that back out. And right here, there is this, and there is, I don't have any reason to, I don't need to put this in there. Don't need to, because I've got that as my back, so I'll put that out of the way. That's an extra piece. Now, this is just going to slip in there like that, and it tells me to trim part of one of these items out, and I'm not going to do that. It also tells me to use adhesive to pop that up. I'm not going to do that either. I just don't do that when it goes in the inside of here. I don't like it popped up inside, so I don't do that. You can do that on yours. I'm not going to do that on mine. I'm going to put me a little bit of adhesive. Yeah, I put it on the outside of the flower. Now, I'm going to use this and put me a little bit of it, distress around the outside of the flower, and it goes right here. Now, it slips right in there. Now, I'm going to leave it like that. I'm not going to adhere that, because a day may come that you want to use that to place a picture in. So I'm not going to adhere that. Again, this is my smile, and this is a butterfly. I'm going to put pop dots on both of these. Maybe just my butterfly. Maybe just my butterfly. Like this, and you say, I'm running out of pop dots. Oh no, don't you even consider that I'm running out of pop dots, because that's not going to happen. Remember, I've got my bag over here on the side from Amy Ralph that is full of dimensionals, all kinds of dimensionals, not just scrapbook adhesive. I've got a lot of Stampin' Up, close to my heart, creative memories. I have all of the kinds that all of my friends carry. I'll put that right there, and I'm going to bring this down here. And because this is so very small, I've got to contemplate how I'm going to pop that up. I just wish I had I'm almost tempted to put it in here like this. And that's exactly what I'm going to do, because that way it can come out if and when I decide to put a picture in it. So that, oh, but look, that's interesting. That's a leftover. That's a leftover. They go in just like that, and that's everything that goes on those two pages. You know, as I finish pages, I pull my book in. Whoops. But before I pull my book in, I put things like this out of the way. Pull my book in. And I add another page to my book. I add page 21 and 22 to the Simple Stories, Simple Vintage Essentials binder. Now we're to page 23, and I've got everything laid out. This was 21 and 22. Put that on the side. We're through with that one. This one is 22 and 23, and on 22 and 23, this is everything that goes in this side. So I'll pull that out, and I'll pull out the page and leave everything that goes on the back side over here on this side. Like This is another page protector that is a 6x8. Pull in my inks again. Take that cap off, put a little distressing on it. And I thought that I had inked everything in this kit on my way to the beach, but I guess I didn't do this one. I inked everything on my way to the beach for my virtual class, which is today at 11, with Annette Green, Elizabeth Craft Designs. It's a summer workshop. Now this is my 4x6. It's supposed to be a picture. I don't have a picture yet. So I will put a 3 3/4 by 5 3/4 picture on this, or I will use undo and bring the picture up, because when I put these down, I don't put a lot on them, like that. Now, I'll put this. I do not have to measure. Not necessary. Putting it over here, like this. Love this paper because you can kind of line it up with some of the images on here. If you don't get it straight, it is quite all right. Put this here, and one here, one in the middle, and I've got a pre-cut one here to go up here, and one to go up here. I'm going to take all of this covering off. I'll lay it to the side. There's other things. Oops, I pulled that off, didn't I? Excuse me. I have my cup with me today. My cup from Natalie. She has a great shop in a little town near me. And I love to get my shirts from her. She does my shirts. She does my cups. I'm not a big vinyl person myself, so I get someone else to do it for me. And this one, I should have used my liquid glue. Make sure the nozzle is empty. And put just enough on there to get that to secure on the page. Lift it off the page. And it goes over here near this. And I just give it a little swoosh and press it down. It goes right there. It's ready to go in the page. I'm going to slip it. I'm going to wait to put the today on, because I need to now do the back side by flipping it over to the back side. And on the back side, what we're going to do, I've got another one of these for the back side. We are going to put again, all this is for is to denote where your pictures are going to be, your 4x6s. And you can either leave them on or take them off when you put your 4x6s down. There is lines on this paper. You probably cannot see it from where you are. It goes a little further over to the side, because there's a dragonfly on this side. And put that back on there. I'm going to put that on here, like that. I keep hearing little fingers on the doorknob, so I wouldn't be surprised if some of the kids come in. There we go. I can still slip my picture up under there, like that. Now I'm going to put 4 little corners on there, but I won't put those on there until I have put my pictures on here. there is a saying that goes across here. Now, it can go across the middle, but then you would wonder what happens if you have one picture. It also goes like this across the top of that. So what I'm going to do is put that flat down across that random, put the random observations down across those numbers like that. Like there, swish them. Now, because I'm not sure at this time if I'm going to put my random observations, my pictures, in between or have this on top of my picture. I think I'd rather have a full picture and have this off to the side. I'm probably just going to put this on here just to keep it on the page like that. I will later lay it permanently. The dragonfly, you know, the dragonfly is going to have strips. Look at those strips, perfect for this. Cut them off and put another one on here and cut him off. Put one on his tail, and that will be the last one. Perfect for this dragonfly, just enough. But I won't put him down until I get this in the book. And that's the only things that go on this page. It just appears to me that they get kind of skimpy towards the back. All right, that is that. Slide it in. Now the dragonfly, he flies up here. And you see my corners. Let me do this, if I can get my corners. The corners will go here and here. So I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive here and here. And yes, I'm put them on the outside because I don't want them to go over my picture. Right here. Doesn't matter if they're in the wrong place. Whenever I put the page back in with my picture on it, it's okay. They're just a decorative element on the page. Just a decorative element. If they're not exactly right, it's quite all right. Then you turn your page and remember, oops, something felt wet. Okay. I've got this that goes right here on the outside. Everything's off the page. Everything's, oh, reminder. Put that pen back in that top. That's a must do. Now, page 23 and page 24. Y'all see what I did? I put 23 and 24 in the wrong side. No problem. Not a big deal. I could always change those around right now if I wanted to. I don't think I care. It's okay. I left them in there wrong. It's my book. So that was 23, 24. Now we're going to move right along and do 25 and 26. That was 23 and 24. And you see I've recycled my books from my pages from another time. Now we're going to do 25 and 26. Now 25 and 26 is done in a 4x6. And I did not verify that these were all here. So we're flying by the seat of our pants on this one. Put everything out of the way. This is the 4x6, two 4x6s. And the first thing I'm going to do is place a 6x4 in the top section, but I'm going to ink it first. Would have been making it a whole lot faster, wouldn't it, if I had inked all of these before? But you're getting to see me ink. You'd be surprised at the number of people that don't know how to ink. Everybody has their own method. I do not ink with the pad. It wears the pad out, then you can't re-ink it, and you might as well throw it away. On this one, I'm doing just a little bit around the edge. Sometimes I do to the inside like this, but on these, I just like a little shadow around the outside edge. So that goes in there like that. Now, I've got this Selecta 4x6 paper that is black and white cream numbers. Black and white cream numbers, directional, go in there like that. And then place a silver hanging tag chipboard along the top. Let's poke the pokies out. Boop. And let's take another one and poke the pokies out. And what else goes on there? There goes a high on the silver one, like that. A high on the silver one, throw that away. And what goes on this one? It is a heart, and I want some dimension on my hearts. But, let's do this. Let's put a dimension on there. And put my heart on here, like that. Now, these go together like this. And they say to you, everybody would say, well, who is they? They would be Becky Adams, because Becky Adams is the one that designed this album. Now, Becky, when she designed this album, put these enamel dots on there. I'm not going to put those enamel dots on there. I'm going to put some of my friend Judy's Basil ribbon, gingham ribbon. Makes your book special when you've got little gifties that were given to you from people who mean a lot to you. Judy is one of my dear friends that moved to the Carolinas from California. When she lived in California, she attended lots of retreats in the Utah area and still does attend those retreats. That will stick to the outside of that, just like that. But I have to put it down with something. And I think I will put it down with this. And I will put it down with a lot like that. Just like that. And I'll stick it down to the outside. That makes a very cute embellishment. And that's all that goes. And it says place the high, place the heart, flip the page, and get ready to do the back side. Now the back side, we're going to do a little bit more. So on the back side, it says place a 6x4 in the top pocket. Why? Why, I ask? Because you could put it on the back side of that one. But I will do what they've told me to do. There's somebody playing at my door. We have a hall that leads to the door in our room, and there's a big walk-in closet, and then it walks out to the hallway, and the kids are out there in the hallway. My door is unlocked, but they can hear me and know that I'm doing at the moment, I'm doing a video. So rub on the 1x5 section on the left side of the, and it doesn't tell me whether to do this with the Color Vibe polka dots or the solids, and I'm going to do the solid. So what I'm going to do is throw my trash in the trash, leave that here, bring my rub-ons. Oh, my rub-ons are on the table. That's not good. And then you just lay your rub-ons, you know me. But that is interesting. My rub-ons don't want to go on that 4x6 piece, but they will. You want to see me do it with my fingers? You know, I told you I could. I told you that my fingers would work. I don't even have to carry an embossing tool with me. Love rub-ons. I used to love rub-ons when it came off on my table. I used to love rub-ons when they first came out. We love the effect you got when you put them on your textured basil paper. There you go. There is the rub-on using my enamel, my dipped nails. My nail person probably wouldn't approve of that, but you know what? They're my nails. I paid for them. So there we go. Now it goes into, oh, I didn't do the, I don't quite understand the design element here, because I'm going to make a statement. I'm a frugal person. The numbers down the side of this would have been awesome. Would have saved you that piece of warm cardstock there. Put that in there. Now, you know, when I'm through the book, I'll make everything a little bit more permanent. And I'm going to put this on here. And like I said, they're getting a little chintzy on the back side. That's all that goes on those two pages. Now, that is page 25 and page 26. So I'm going to pull my album in after I put my lid on there. Put that out of the way. I'm going to fold the book in. And I'm going to put in page 25 and page 26. Shall we go one more? That was 25. 26, I think we should. Because 27 and 28 are a full page from the album. These are rolling by pretty fast compared to the first pages we did in the album. Oh, oops, there's a high. That might have been what was supposed to go on that tag. Back to the side. Lay all of our book plates out. I did find the book plates that I was missing earlier. Fabulous. Boy, you're using a lot of book plates on this one, aren't they? And there's a butterfly in a book plate. And these are book plates without anything in them. And there's hearts. We love our hearts. Hearts, book plates, binder clips, and there. Now this one will go by pretty fast. There is Tell Your Story, and I'll pull this open and start embossing while I'm kind of looking over to see what I'm going to do. Use foam adhesive at the top of the chipboard. We're going to put the clipboard at the top up here. I see where that's going. It goes on the outside of the page. Put these little pieces on the back side. So that's all that goes on this page. We can flip it as soon as we're through, because right like this, that's those. Those go on the back side. So that's there. We're going to put a little pop dot on this piece right here. We're going to put a little strip. I'm mumbling. You're probably not hearing me. I'll try to be a little more, enunciate my words a little better. I'm talking under my breath again because the house is still asleep while the sun is rising. We've got a hazy day out my window. I don't know if it's hazy or if it's my window. I think it's my window's clouded over there. I've got a little leftover. We'll go back on my stanchion so I'll know where it's at. That will go on the outside of the page. I'm ready to flip and see what goes on the back side. Oh, so very interesting. We're going to put, I like that side better. Pull this in. You see, I don't put much on these because I may take them up. So I'm coming over here on the back side next to, centered here, lining it up with the polka dots, and putting it right below the polka dot. Yep, right below the polka dots, still lining it up here. Come down one more. And there we go, lined it up with the polka dots there. Ready to go in the, oh, it doesn't go in one. That's right, it is the page. So coming back over here, I can undo this and line it up with all my trash on my table from 4 different pages. Lay that right. Oh, that is cute. Now, that's all that goes on that page. Come over here, and this page gets a circle. And what we're gonna do is, okay. Remember how I told you that they didn't show the pages by themselves? They showed you the pages in the book. Now you're seeing this over here is another page. I can't tell what they did here, so I have to read. Flip the page over and use a pair of scissors to trim off the excess chipboards. Okay, it's hanging over, and then they cut it off. Okay, now I understand. So we're going to put wet glue on here because that's the best way to make this stick. And I'm putting a nice bead. I'm putting a nice bead on here. Zhuzh it around a little bit like that. And bringing my little heart in, coming to my stanchion where I put my strip. I hope y'all are seeing me up in the vision above my head. There we go. Put it back on my stanchion so I'll see it when I need it. And I smell bacon frying down below. Be the last morning of breakfast. My husband has cooked breakfast just about every morning. We've made a family decision. Last night when the elders in the family, being my husband and his brother, his sister, have made decisions that next year each family will cook one time so that Steve will not be cooking breakfast 2 or 3 times and meals 2 or 3 times. That'll be nice for his family because we're kind of stingy with our time with Goody. We'd like to see him more on the beach instead of in the kitchen, even though Goody would rather be spending his time in the kitchen. So he won't have an excuse for hanging out in the house in front of a TV or whatever. He's gonna either be hanging with us on the beach. He might not have liked that family decision, but we did. If he still wants to hang out in the house, he can hang out in the house, but he doesn't have to be hanging out in the kitchen. It gets hot on our side of the house when he's cooking all the time. Even though it's his passion, it is his passion. He does love to cook. And we do love for him to cook. He is a great cook. But it just gets to be old. And he goes to bed so early because he's so tired. We just like to see him on the beach more. Or hanging with his grandchildren later in the evening, maybe. All right. I must be running out of art glitter glue. Never fear. I've got another bottle near. All right. Getting that. Don't you love how this looks? I do. I think it's a great great combination. I'm finding that I'm missing one heavy-duty one. Maybe it'll turn up. I'll leave it. Let's see if I've got my my side table over here is beginning to be a little rough looking. I've dug in it so often. Here it is. There it is. That's the one I'm missing. That's the one I was missing. So, let's see about this. Wow. Okay, put you right here. Must have put something a little too low. I guess I can't get it. A little too low, so I can't get this one on there. Not a problem, I'll leave it off. So this doesn't go on this one, and I'm missing a butterfly that goes here, and I'm missing a yes that goes here. All of these little things will turn up, y'all. There's goes a butterfly here. Fabulous can't go here because there's no more room. Yes goes right here. Let's see if I can pull these things out of my hat. Don't see any of those in here. No. Put that back there. Now pull this over, see if I can see any of them here. No, they're not there, but they'll turn up because they've been put probably in the wrong bucket. So I'll leave that like that, and I'll flip this over like this, and cover. Put my pen back in because this needs to be cleaned. I'll clean this before I do it at the page. It's getting gummed. Oh, look, there's a heart. That's what I needed for this page. So I'll put this on here. Put that right there. Goes back on my stanchion. Really have a messy table now. When you sit here and you've done as many pages as I've done today, you really need to clean your table. Wow, that makes a nice one. And it said to turn this over and with heavy scissors, and my Tim Holtz scissors are pretty strong. Cut this extra off. And I couldn't get that, I don't like what I'm seeing on the back side here either. Maybe it will dry smoother. That's that. Put that over there. Pull all of this mess in. I'm still looking for a little foam yes that goes on this side over here, right in there. I'm sure I will find it in some of the mess when I clean up, probably on the floor. So we are ready now to pull in. This is page number 28. 28. So that was 27, 28, 26, 25, 23, 24. Remember, I did those backwards. 22, 21. Those were the ones we did today. And I will be back. Looks like I'm on a roll. Maybe I can get those finished later today or first thing tomorrow morning before we start packing up, if I can get up before Mr. Goodrum. Thanks for joining me, y'all. This is a Simple Stories, Simple Vintage Essential album by Becky Adams. I do have the kits available at 2G's Designs. Thank you for joining me, and I will be back to finish the album.